Hi, I'm Jenevora Williams, and this is my running commentary number 5. Today, I'm going to talk to you about breathing, because I think breathing is probably easier than you're making it. So we're going to start off by breathing in as much as you possibly can. Take in your full lungs full of air and hold your lungs full with your throat open. So you're now feeling what the muscles in your body are doing to work against the pressure that wants to push the air out. Probably feeling it around your ribs. Maybe you could let it go now. It's hard work. Now I want you to breathe out totally. I want you to breathe out, empty everything that's in your lungs completely, and hold on empty with your throat open. You're now feeling what it's like to work against the pressure that's trying to pull air into your body. And you may be feeling that around your abdomen. You can let go now. We measure air pressure in centimeters of water. It's a reading from a manometer. And what you were feeling there at the extremes was plus 40, about 40, when your lungs were full of air, and minus 40 when your lungs were completely empty. Now, if you go to the middle and hold your throat open with your lungs comfortably, not too much air, not too little, you'll feel nothing at all. So there we have a 0 pressure. When you are speaking, you are using between 5 and 15 centimeters of water. That is the measure. When you're singing, you're probably using somewhere between 15 and 30. You may use more for extremes. So if you're singing very loudly or very high, there may be a raised subglottic pressure for those extremes. But most of the time, you're between 15 and 30. So that is actually less than you were feeling at both of those extremes of lung capacity. When you've taken a big breath in, all right, you're working against that plus 40 of air pressure. As you then sing through a phrase, you're managing a constantly changing pressure coming from the lungs. So you start off by having to resist a little bit, hold back. It's a little bit like putting the brakes on. And then you need to progress through so it changes and you're adding a little bit more pressure. And then as you running out of air, you're increasing the effort a little bit to maintain that steady subglottic air pressure. Subglottic just means underneath the glottis, which is the space between the vocal folds. So that's a constantly varying air pressure. And it also varies for every change of pitch, for every change of loudness. It will vary between consonants and vowels. So you can see that there's so many things that are changing. You can't possibly manage those on a conscious level. You have to set up a system that will respond, that is flexible and balanced, so that whenever you need a sudden burst of air or holding back a little bit of air, that the system will do it. And your bodies will. They will respond very well. They've been breathing and they've been shouting and they've been crying for many, many years. We get in the way sometimes when we try and control it or we try and drive it. And I see a lot of singers who are trying to drive more air pressure than they need. And when they push at the air, they then have to hold back elsewhere. So they are just using more effort everywhere in the body than they need to. So just step back from that. Think, how much do those muscles need to be working? They need balance and they need flexibility. They don't need very much effort for very much of the time. Bye.